Hey everyone, it's Jen. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I have a couple of cards I wanted to share with you for Saturday Morning Makes. And if you want to join Saturday Morning Makes, all you have to do is use the hashtag SatMorningMakes on your projects for Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever social media you use. And anyone who searches for the hashtag SatMorningMakes will be able to see whatever projects you're making. And this was started by Jill Norwood here on YouTube. Hi Jill, if you're watching, I'll leave her link down below. But I try to make a project for Saturday Morning Makes as often as I can. It's not every week, but I was working on a couple of cards today, so I thought I would come on and show you what I made. So both of these cards, I used new stamp sets from Dianna Marcum and Adorn It. These are both from their Gingerbread release, and I will link them down below. I'm not sure if they're pre-order or if they're available at the moment, but I'll link them as long as they're there on their website. And I'm going to show you all of the products that I used, most of them anyway. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the first card I made, I used this stamp set from Dianna. And this one is called Gingerbread Friends. And it's got lots of great stamps on it. Hopefully this will help yeah. That's a little bit better. So all of these cute gingerbread stamps come on this set. So I actually used this one this time, and it's a cute gingerbread lady with a little gingerbread baby, and they're reading a cookbook together, a cookies cookbook. So I thought that was adorable. I couldn't wait to stamp it and color it. So I actually stamped this on my Friday haul video, and I colored it and made it into a project. So if you saw that, I'm using that stamped image. So I used that, and then I also used one of the stamps from this stamp set as well. This one is called something different. I'm not sure. It's not listed on the side, but I will link it down below if it's there. But it's got all these cute little gingerbread images, and I used just this one, this little heart with the hashtags on it. So it's a very cute stamp set, as you can see. I love them all. I've played with I think all of them so far, but I just used the heart in this project. And then a couple other things I used. I used my embossing folder that I've been using a lot lately. This is from Mintopia that I got from Frank Garcia Studio last year, I believe, but it's got a really nice snowflake pattern on it. So I used this, and I used this die set, which is an Impression Obsession die designed by Anna White. Hi Anna, if you're watching. And I love this. It's called Trims, and there's so many great trims. I tend to use this one the most, the rickrack with the stitching going through it, but this time I used one of these, one of the smaller rickracks. And then I used this stamp as well. This is a new one I picked up from Maker Forte. It's called Gingerbread Hugs. I think I got it from scrapbook.com. And I used the one that says Gingerbread Hugs, and it's got the little heart there. So I thought that went well with what I was doing. I used some diamond stickles. I used embossing powder in brown from Ranger. I used Spun Sugar Distress Oxide. I used some papers from Dianna Marcum and Adorn It, and these are the one I chose from is actually this paper, and this is from the November Recipe Stamp Club. It's an add-on for the paper pack, and I'll link that down below too if it's available a la carte. But if you do belong to the Recipe Stamp Club and you have the add-on for the paper pack, you got this one. So I used that. And then I used this new to me, alcohol marker set that I just picked up from Home Goods, I think. Yeah, from Home Goods. And it's the King Art Gray Tone Palette marker set. And it's got a really nice selection of grays and blues. So I wanted to try that out. And I thought the overalls on the gingerbread lady would look nice in the denim blue colors. So that was a color palette inspiration. So let me move these out of the way, and I'll show you my first project. So this is the card that I made, and it's an A2 size card. So I used we'll start from the back. I used a pink cardstock base. This is AC cardstock textured paper that I just cut down to size. And then I made a frame on top of that with brown AC cardstock paper. And then the main part of the card, that's where I used that Dianna Marcum paper for the background. There's the rickrack trim from Impression Obsession, and I used navy blue paper for this part with that embossing folder with the snowflakes on it. But the real star is that stamp. Isn't she cute? Oh, I just love how this came out. She's so cute sitting there with her little baby on her lap, reading the Cookies Cookbook. And like I said, I colored it in those blues that I got from my alcohol marker set, and some grays and browns that I had otherwise as well. And I used the diamond stickles to give it some sparkle on all of the white parts and the cheeks, and the little gingerbread embellishment on the cookbook itself. And then here's where I used Gingerbread Hugs, that stamp from Maker Forte, and I heat embossed it with the brown embossing powder. I think it came out really nice. This was a die that I have in my stash. I don't even remember where it's from. Somewhere in Alley. It's a nesting set. If I can find it, I'll link it down below. And so anyway, yeah, I stamped it onto that die cut and heat embossed it, and I used the Spun Sugar Distress Oxide on the edge of that. So I think it came out really, really cute. I put some enamel dots here. These are from, I think, Bow Bunny. They're just like white sparkly enamel dots. And I think they add a nice accent to the corners of the card. So yeah, Gingerbread Hugs, it goes perfectly with the mom and the baby, I thought. And then the inside, I just used a die that I have forever. I don't even know where it's from. And there's that stamp from Dianna Marcum from that other gingerbread set. I just wanted a little accent there, just a little heart, and I thought it made a really nice touch to the inside of the card. So that's my first project. I hope you like it. Okay, let's move on to number 2. Now, the second project was inspired by this stamp set. And this is also available from Adorn It and Dianna Marcum. This was actually an original release. It was last year that Dianna released this in her Etsy store as a digital file. And I did purchase it at that point. And it's a little bit bigger than this one. So I was so happy to get the polymer set as well, because, you know, it's so nice to have the physical stamp. And it comes with the little tag with the gingerbread person on it, and then a separate gingerbread person here. So it's got the recipe for gingerbread loaf and all the shading details and the cute gingerbread people standing on top. So I made a card using this and this one as well. I also used this paper pad from Honeybee Stamps. This is Gingham Galore Fall. I used this one, the gingham that's kind of an aqua color, kind of a muted aqua. And I used this paper pad as well. This is from DCWV this year. It's called Holiday Delight. It's a 6x6 pad that I just purchased from scrapbook.com. I used a red paper from here. And then I used this for the base of the card front, and this is paper or cardstock from Paper Tray Ink, and this is their Aqua Mist color. I actually just found this. I haven't seen this in a couple of years, but it was buried under some other papers in my craft room. So I thought, oh good, perfect time to use that. And yeah, so let's go on and I'll show you exactly what I made. Oh, wait. And I also used this Distress Ink in Speckled Egg, from Tim Holtz. Okay, so here's the card that I made, and this is also an A2 size card. How cute is that, right? Oh, I love the size of this, and I did some paper piecing. I stamped the main stamp gingerbread loaf onto white paper so I could, you know, use it for the top part of it. And then I stamped it onto that gingham paper from Honeybee Stamps for the bowl itself. You can, you know, stamp it on white and just color it, or stamp it onto a different colored cardstock, but I wanted a little bit of pattern to it. Nothing too crazy where you couldn't read the recipe, but, you know, just enough so you could see it. So that's why I thought that gingham would be a perfect match. And I did use Memento Tuxedo Black ink, by the way, to stamp these images in. And I fussy cut it all around, used, again, my markers, my alcohol markers, and I used the diamond stickles on the hearts and a little bit on the icing part of the gingerbread people as well. This one is a separate stamp that came from, where is that? From this stamp set. It was the individual little gingerbread person there. You could see it's got the 3 hearts instead of the separate hearts, and these are still wet. Even though I did it like a couple hours ago, I really laid the stickles on thick, so it's a little bit wet. But the background paper with the candy canes, that's from the Holiday Delight. And the black paper back there, that is from Hobby Lobby in their black cardstock paper pad. And then I used that aqua mist paper from Paper Tray Ink for the back of the card, or the background of the card, that went perfectly with the gingerbread loaf paper. So how cute is that, right? And I did pop these up on some foam tape just to give them a little bit of dimension, just really slightly. So I didn't have to add any shadowing with alcohol markers. There's actual shadowing just from being popped up. So I think that came out so cute. The inside, I used a die to cut out a little, piece of paper to write on. And then since I had stamped the image onto the gingham paper, I just cut out one of those gingerbread people and put them here. And then just shaded them a little bit with the speckled egg distress ink, and then used a red alcohol marker, the same one I used here, to color the heart, just to add a little nice touch to the inside of the card. So those are my 2 projects today. I hope you like them. I had so much fun making them. It is just so nice to stamp an image and watch it come to life once you color it and fussy cut and add some other elements to it. I used my new Misty stamping platform to stamp these images. Like I said, I did this one on my Friday haul, and it was just a pleasure to use. It really was. I'm so glad I got that. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to link the stamps down below if they're available on the Adorn It website. And I hope you have a great weekend. I'll be back soon with more crafty videos. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, everybody. Bye.